Hey everybody, this is Randy again with MyPepperCompany.com. Today I'm going to tell you how to build a greenhouse for under $400. I did it in 3 days by myself in the backyard with snow on the ground. So if I can do that, you can do it. So watch, I hope you enjoy it. So here we go at MyPepperCompany.com. We're going to cut 40 pieces at 5 foot and 27 pieces at 24 inches. We're going to cut them with a chop saw. That seemed to be the easiest. We tried an angle grinder with a metal blade on it, but it was really too slow. The chop saw seemed to work the best for us. So there's our cut pieces there, you can see. 5 foot, 24 inches. Next we're going to lay them out onto the driveway. Any flat surface will work. The important piece is that little small 24-inch piece. Make sure that it lays flat so that when you glue the teeth together or the crosses together, that it does lay flat, because once that's glued, it's not going to move. We weren't going to glue the pieces, but we decided that we had to, because when we tried to make a bend of 20 feet, they popped out of the teeth and started crackling and popping. There's a glue joint there. And there's a little 24-inch piece. Got to make sure that that's in there. And it's just stuck in there. We didn't glue it yet. We're not going to glue those. Just take your time on this part. Okay, so there we got 3 sections laying on the ground. That's done. Just keep repeating. It does get a lot faster once you get the first 2 or 3 done to know what you're doing. The T's are going to go on each end section. The crosses go in the middle sections. See, we've got them stacked up there. Okay, so there they are. That's all our completed sections. That's day 2 of this project. We spent about 3 hours yesterday putting this stuff together. So we're going to carry them down to the other side of the yard. Down here, snow and mud. It's cold. It's about 34 degrees. Kind of sucks out here. There's a little fence we built to keep the dogs out with our raised planter beds. So we've already built our frame out of our 2x6x10s. And we connected 2 of them together to give us a 20 foot in length. And we just had some scrap wood that we connected there on the sides. Later on in the video, you'll see that I moved those to the inside so that the plastic can go flat on the outside later. There's our first corner. We started marking 24 inches apart, but then we had to leave room for error because the ground's not completely level and our crosses aren't going to give us exactly the right amount. So I'll show you how we're going to correct that here in a minute. So there's our first piece. We nailed rebar on each side of the front, and then we slid each piece of the PVC down. We did it very slow because it was so cold outside. It did bend, made a lot of snapping sound. So now what we did, you can put a hair dryer on each end, or we used a forced air heater that we have to heat each end. Don't get it too close though, because it will melt the PVC. But we ran it for just a little bit, probably 5 minutes on each end to let it heat up. And then when we were able to make the bend, it wasn't quite as dramatic. Now you see we have 2 pieces up. Both of them slid on the rebar. Now you can see there what we did is we dropped a plumb line for our next section because our measurements weren't working. So our next piece of rebar, and it's basically a piece of string with a weight at the end, goes exactly at the end of that. And we're going to hammer it right there at that spot. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. I drive it all the way in, all but 6 inches. Keep it even with the 2x6. So there you are. We've got 3 sections up now. Okay, here comes our next section. This is how you place it on the rebar. We've already driven the rebar into the ground. And again, I did this whole thing by myself. This sucks. Let's see if I can do it, holding the camera. Come on. Get on there. Get on there. Nope. Can't do it. Well, that's where it's supposed to go. You can see that. Okay. So I put the camera down. Here I go. I'm going to go back over here now. Pick it up. This is 20 feet in length. 20 feet. It's 34 degrees outside, and I'm going to try to stick that on the rebar by myself. That sucks. No, don't got it. Don't got it. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now here comes the natural bend. This is going to bend naturally on its own. Just like that. But that's nothing. It has to have a lot more bend than that. So I'm holding it. Again, it's 10 feet high. I'm 6 foot tall. It's a lot taller than I am. But I can't just bring it over to the next piece of rebar because it has to bend. Even though we've heated it up, it's like snap, crackle, and pop. It's making all kinds of noises. But we just have to take it slow and let it bend on its own natural accord. Slowly. Boring. It's cold. Freezing my butt off. And there. Went right on the rebar. So now we're going to slide that cross onto the next piece and tap them in with a hammer to keep those tight. Because again, we want this to be modular so we can take it down anytime we want. Slide that into the cross. Now what do we do with that? What? Tap, tap, tap. Yep, looks good. Looks good. Oh crap. Okay, so those aren't glued in. That wasn't supposed to happen. So we got a little brick we'll get up here. So we're going to tap that towards the front. There we go. That's better. Better tap that piece in. Okay. Yeah, put that back in there. Get that mud off the end. Tap, tap. I went to OSU in case you guys didn't notice. You got to keep those all tapped in tight. We figured that out about this point here. All right, here comes the plumb line. The next piece. Put the plumb line on. Get a piece of rebar. Guess what? I disappear. Tap, 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 tap. Hammering the rebar into the ground. All but 6 inches. I don't know. Where'd I go? Yeah. All right. Got that one done. Come on to the next piece. Just right on the end of that 24-inch piece. Yeah, it was too long. I had to make it a little bit shorter to fit. Okay. Get a piece of rebar. There we are. Tap. Don't look at my butt. Okay, there we go. This is one thing, the ground is soft today, so that makes it nice. There we go. Okay, look at that. We got 5 sections done. Now you need to see how we do it. 6 sections done. Same thing. Seven sections done. We just keep repeating the same thing over and over. Eight sections done. Bam! Completed. All 10 sections. The other section with a T went on the other end. So that's our skin. We have that set up. Now we just have to secure it. Looks good. So we're going to do some set screws on each end. We're going to tap each end tight. We're going to hit those just like that. And then after we do that, we're going to just put a little set screw. It's an 1 5/8 decking screw. We're going to drill all the way through the PVC. And we're going to do it on each section that is a T. The top, the other side. Then we're going to do the same thing on the front as we tap it down. Yep. All right, we're going to put the camera down again, I think. Yep, that section right there. Right there. Okay. Tap, tap, tap. See, once these two ends are tapped together, they're not going to move. You don't have to glue them. And then you can take this down anytime that you need to. Year to year, or if you move, you can take it with you. Here's our first set screw. Nice and easy. As long as you take your time, the PVC won't crack. The friction from the screw creates enough heat to melt into the PVC. Tap, tap. See how tall that is? It's a great greenhouse. Oop, drop the screw. Yeah, I'm looking at the camera right now and saying, it's easier if you pre-drill. gotta do CrossFit, and from that angle, when you're putting a screw up that high over your head, it's hard to even press that much energy to get the screw going into the PVC. Okay, so we got our set screws done. That's how you do it. Yeah. Right, left, center. Let's do something else. Okay, now we're going to look at these brackets here. We're going to attach 1-inch PVC clamps around each base. That's what they look like. The packets of 5 at Lowe's. And this is going to attach our wooden base, there's my dog, to our PVC clamp, so when we have a really strong wind, it doesn't move left or right, just like that. There it is. Another one, another one, another one. Screw on the right, screw on the left. It's like a boss. Okay, the front one, we just put a 2.5-inch screw all the way through it. Didn't pre-drill. And it attached because we're going to have to put our frame up there for our door. There's our door frame. We just kind of eyeballed the top of it because we did it by ourselves. We rounded it over with a circular saw. But the bottom 2 supports that are going up and down, we measured those, and then we made sure that our frame was 30 inches. We screwed through the PVC into the 2x4, which is fine. You can put that. I put 1 screw. You can put 2. The 2.5-inch screw. You can cover it with duct tape, electrical tape, silicone before you put the plastic on. But it adds extreme stability to the structure. Okay, and there's the inside. We attached it with some scrap wood because anytime we tried to toenail it, it would split the wood. So we just attached with the scrap wood, screwed it to the back side. Doesn't matter, our door is extremely lightweight. This is going to be our door. We have 2 strips of 6-foot fence, cedar fence posts or fence pickets, 3.5-inch wide. We cut 1.5. That's going to be our top and bottom. We're going to run 1 diagonally, and that's going to complete our door. We'll throw some hinges on it, wrap the whole thing in plastic, be good to go. Again, our door is 30 inches, our opening is 30 inches. So there it is, our completed door. Nothing wrapped in plastic yet. Door was the easiest thing we did so far. You can get a screen door if you want. We just wanted to do something cheap. We're trying to keep this under $400. So there it is. We started with our plastic. Did this by myself, a little bit tough. I left about 12 feet on each end. Started on the right side, folded over, stapled, just put some temporary staples. And then I have the heater going on inside, our forced air heater, and started pulling it both on each end and from the inside. There's just a few staples to start. So that heated the plastic where I could pull it over. Just kind of temporary. You can pull these out. They pull out easy to restretch it or restaple later. And there's our back side here. We're going to just kind of fold this over and kind of wrap it like a Christmas present on the back. Here's the inside. Some planter boxes we built. We're heating the plastic. There's our door. We need to trim it up, staple it around our door. The back, we need to trim it up and staple around there. Just kind of tuck and fold everything over until we attach to the wood. So there it is. We got it trimmed up, folded over, stapled, trimmed. Looks nice. This also gave us a little bit more stability. There's the left side. You see our folds in the back. We just kind of folded everything over to try to get it tucked in. We're going to go back here and put a staple about every 1/2 inches. So there's a look from the inside out for our door with our trimmed plastic. Our door hasn't been attached yet. We have to get hinges. So what it looks like. Larger than I expected. 20 foot long, 10 foot wide. Strong, very tight plastic. I was impressed about how tight that was. So is it strong enough? Made of PVC, right? Look at this. Look. I'm going to do a pull up on it. That's how strong it is. Thumbs up. Greenhouse. Less than $400. Took me 3 days of my spare time. Did it in the snow by myself. You can do it too. Look at that. We're ready for some ghost peppers, some scorpion peppers, anything hot. Let's do it. Oh, my kid wanted that shot. Me and the dog. Peace out. So there you have it. Build your own greenhouse. I did it. You can do it too. Be sure to check us out, mypeppercompany.com, for your ghost pepper pickles, your ghost pepper salsa, your sauces. We're also going to have peach habanero, white habanero sauces. Anything hot you can think of, check it out, mypeppercompany.com. Peace out.